Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Fully Spooled. In this episode I was hoping to be able to get the engine back in the car again, but I'm waiting for some parts to still show up for that. So in the meantime I thought I would tackle the interior of the car. And also the most important thing is getting the sound deadening out of the car. As with anything involving cars and the internet, there is a lot of debate on what the best method is for doing this. I decided to go with the dry ice and 91% isopropyl alcohol mixture, which you kind of mix into a slurry and then spread out over the sound deadening. And it seems to be a pretty successful way of doing this thing, so I'm going to give it a shot. I've never done this before, so what I have done is researched on YouTube how people have done this. So you take your dry ice and you kind of smash it up into a bucket, and then you pour in the alcohol, and then you kind of just mix it into a slurry, and then you spread it out into the sound deadening in the car. So what I am going to do is take half of my dry ice here, which is about 10 pounds, and pop it in this bucket, and then take half of my alcohol, which is 3 bottles worth, mix it into a slurry, and then just see how far that takes me, and then kind of go from there. Also, it should be pretty obvious, but this is crazy cold stuff. It's frozen carbon dioxide, and it is really, really, really cold. So use proper protection or you will burn the shit out of yourself. Let's go with that for now. Kind of mix it up with my super nasty instrument of death here. You know what, let's try this. There we go. That's better. For the record, that is really cold. I can feel it through the gloves. It is that cold. So it's been on here for about, I don't know, 15, maybe 10 minutes or so. Let's see if we got any movement here. Oh, look at that. Oh, the entire thing, the whole piece is going to come up. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. That's amazing. Oh, that works so well. That works so well. This whole piece just come up as one. Check that out. That is so cool. The whole piece came up as one. This really, really works. Aww. Alright, as you can see here, the driver's side is completely cleaned up. No more, well, not cleaned up, but all of the sound deadening is gone. So now I got to go on to the passenger side here. One thing I don't know if I actually showed yet is this mess right here. You can see, I'm not sure if it's coming through in the camera, but you can see where somebody tried to put a jack through the floor here, which is why all of the sound deadening is gone, because it got pushed up at some point. Alright, so here's round two. Let's smash it in here instead of on the concrete out there, so I can at least smash it where I'm going to be able to use it. Alright, it's been sitting for a good 25 minutes now, so I'm going to start seeing if I can't get it to cooperate. Well, there's that. That thing is very cold. Look at that, all in one piece, almost. Alright, it's the following day, and you can see all of the sound deadening is gone, except for I need to go through and vacuum up all these pieces, but there's quite a bit of residue left from the glue everywhere, so I'm going to try to get this stuff off with some solvents, and hopefully this will not be too much of a pain in the ass. Here's the aftermath of the slaughter last night for the driver's side, and the passenger side over here. It's probably going to be quite a bit of weight, actually. I'm going to put it all together into a bag and weigh it and see how much all this stuff really adds to the weight of the car. As an example of what it would take to remove this stuff without dry ice, I actually forgot, and half kind of planned on not removing the sound deadener in the back here. There's two little pieces that go around the spare tire well, one right here and one on that side. And this is about 20 minutes of work to get this far into this process, and eventually I'm going to be cutting this entire piece out, and even back here when I do the tube frame rear end, so it isn't that big of a deal that it's still here, but just to kind of show you how hard this stuff is to remove and how much time it takes compared to dry ice. See, it doesn't really hook under the black adhesive, it just kind of scrapes it along, so you know, you're lucky if you can get a big piece to come off. But this process will probably take me twice as long just to do these two pieces as the entire inside of the cabin went, so dry ice is definitely the preferred method by far. Alright, so for this glue, this like residue, I'm going to try two different things. This crud cutter says that it gets rid of roofing tar, which is pretty similar, I think. So I'm going to try this stuff first. As a backup, we have the old standby acetone, if this doesn't work. But this is much easier since I can just spray it on. Oh no! Don't break on me, you piece of crap. Well, the good thing is it's already starting to like run down and pool, which means it's definitely working. So I'm just going to transfer bottles really quick. I can't believe this thing broke immediately. There we go. While that soaks, I'm going to take the e-brake off so I can get this wiring harness removed, finally. Alright, it's been sitting for about 10 minutes now, and it already looks like it's just like coming off, so let's just give it a shot here. Not too bad, considering I haven't really... Oh, look at that, that's great. Alright, so it's definitely working on this, like, brown stuff, but this black stuff will need to be, you know, chiseled away a bit. But, oh, that looks great. That's working perfectly. And there we have it. That is all of the sound deadening removed, as well as most of the glue and like tar residue. There is a lot of like the really heavy duty glue still left that wasn't coming off with acetone or anything. So that'll be a sandblasting job in the future, but otherwise looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, I think. Next I gotta put in the dash and finish bolting up all this stuff and start running wiring. So that's pretty cool. Looking pretty good. Alright, and here we have all of the sound deadening that came out of the car. It weighs in at 19 pounds, which is pretty good weight savings. Actually, you know what? This isn't even all of it. There's a little bit left in the trunk and whatever's in the vacuum cleaner. But so maybe between 19 to 22 pounds worth of weight savings just in removing the sound deadening from the car. It's pretty impressive. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more Fully Spooled. We have a lot more work to do. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.